Yo, what up? Welcome back. 2-4s, episode 8, the Get Out and Vote episode. I got Councilman here. We're not talking too much politics, but on the flip side, we're going to talk about life in PG County, and we're going to talk about the importance of voting. We're going to talk about the kids. Everything that we love is Copious Amounts of Love episode, the Get Out and Vote episode. Stay tuned. Yo, G, you know what to do. Drop that beat. Black. Yo, welcome back. Copious Amounts, episode 8. I'm really excited about this episode because I've got a friend of mine that I've known for 22 plus years. When I first got started in the hospitality industry, he was a guy that used to come to my restaurant and support me and kept giving me jewels and blessings and was like, yo, you know, big up yourself, make sure that you're out here, make sure that you're not only doing stuff for yourself, but doing stuff for the community. So I'm super pleased to have him in the house tonight. We're gonna drink some tea, and I figured I got the councilman here, the honorable, you know what I'm saying, kid. He's here, and he light-skinned like me, gorgeous just like me, you know what I'm saying? So let's make some gorgeous tea so we can pour some tea, talk about some topics, talk about getting out, voting, all the important things that we should be doing in 2020. So we'll get started. First, I have some bitter, dehydrated melon here. All right, so it's a bitter melon. So what happens is once we put some water on top of this, you bring the flavors back out of the melon. So I'm gonna drop a few pieces in here. The beautiful thing about this, especially, you know, we're getting into the fall and the winter time, is it's super great for your immune system, really good for digestion. And the one thing is, it helps fight diabetes. Us as a black people is one of the major things that we struggle with. So I said, hey, it's copious amounts. Everything you've seen that we've done has been, you know, big crab cakes and burgers and everything. Yes, we love it. But at some time we need to detox. We need to get back right within ourselves. So I figured having the, you know, the God here, you know what I'm saying? My man is here. He's gonna come through and talk, you know, some politics and some life with us. You know, let's spill some tea, but let's make some good tea. So I'm gonna take those, I put a few little nuggets in there. I got some lemon in here. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take our hot water, we're gonna pour it in there. And while we pour it in here, we'll close the top and we'll let it sit. You can see it's already starting to steam a little bit. And we'll let that sit for a few minutes. While we let that sit, we're gonna get our glasses ready. So yes, I said we're making tea. Doesn't necessarily have to mean that it's always hot. What we're gonna do, we're gonna make iced tea. Shout out to iced tea. You know what I'm saying? I see you. Came a long way from Compton. We appreciate you, iced tea. You paved the way for brothers like me. You know what I'm saying? Get out and vote. Amen. So now, I've got some honey here. Obviously, it's bitter. This is a bitter melon. So with the bitterness, we need some sweetness. We need some acidity. The same way you would make a cocktail. Cocktails come with bitterness, sweetness, and acidity. That's what makes a perfect balance. So it's like the trilogy. You know what I'm saying? It's not a sequel, it's a trilogy. So we'll take some of this honey, which I love, which we get from the farm. As soon as I mention that farm, it's gonna be because they pay me. So until y'all pay me, I ain't mentioning y'all, but I support y'all. No, I'm joking. Shout out to all the farms in PG County. That's where we shop, that's what we do. So I got some honey in here. I got my tea steeping. I've got my bitter melons, I've got my lemon, and that's basically all we're gonna do. We're gonna let this sit for a quick little while. While we let this sit, I'm gonna get my ice. And we're gonna put some ice right in these glasses. And what happens is we want to fill this ice or this glass all the way to the top, because the hot water on the cold ice is going to melt it. But that's okay, because we want it to melt slightly so we can have a beautiful tea flavor. So as you can see, they're coming back to life. You got a little bit of goodness here. And so what we'll do is we'll take this, put the tops back on, and we'll start to pour a little bit. All right? And another thing that's going to help you open up your immune system, open up that detox. You know I love it. It's beautiful mint. This is fresh green mint. So we're going to take some of these, and we're not going to put them on top. We're actually going to put them in there. And we're not going to muddle them, because some of that ice water is going to bring the flavors out of the mint. But if you know copious amounts, you know we still got a strong garnish game. Your garnish game got to be right. So we always go to the top of our mint. So if you look at the top of the stem, that's where our garnish game comes from. So we'll put it right there on top, just like that. We'll get another one, make sure it's pretty. Boom, put that right on top, just like that. Bling, blow, blow, bloom. You know, I love saying it, but it doesn't always have to be about libations. It's the Get Out and Vote episode. Bitter melon, lemon, hot tea, over ice, fresh mint, farm honey. Don't move, we're coming right back. Not playing no games this episode. It's the Get Out and Vote episode, Copious Amounts, episode 8. Stay tuned. One time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 8 of Copious Amounts, the Get Out and Vote episode. My disposition is different today because I love my community. I love my people. We've had a lot of fun here. We've showed people what it's like to be in the skin that we're in and still be able to have a good time and be ourselves and embrace what this thing called life really is. In this thing called life, 22 years ago, I worked in a restaurant, the first restaurant I worked at when I moved back to DC, and I met a kid, and we were both young and we fed off of each other. We really wanted the same thing in life, and that was, to make sure that our family was strong, to make sure that the community was strong. And with that being said, fast forward to 2018. So in 2018, there was a general election in PG County. In that general election, my boy was elected to a 4-year term, okay? In that 4-year term, he now represents District 9 of PG County. In representing that, this is what comes with that. This is what comes with that. Serving the community, nonprofit, yes, you can say all of those things. That's usually what most of the politicians or people of his stature do. Let's talk about the things that he really does, though. And this is what tugs my heart. He's been around the world doing missionary work before this. Missionary work. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Missionary work is important, and I see everyone out there doing it, and it's super, super, super important. The last two things really, really touch me. The first one is he's raised awareness in our county for victims of domestic abuse. That is huge. Domestic abuse is such a real thing, not just in PG County, but in the world. The second thing he's done is help foster care children find homes. Me being a father, me having kids, understanding what that means. If you're a parent, just imagine your kid without you and nowhere to go. This is the guy that comes in and says, hey, we're going to find you a family. You're going to grow up the right way, not alone. So with that being said, it is copious amounts. And guess what? I have the Honorable Sydney Harrison here with me on Copious Amounts in episode 8. Mr. Harrison, welcome to Copious Amounts.
Oh,
small
wow.
Little golf clap.
All right. Yes. What's up, my brother?
How are you?
I'm hanging in there. I see you doing well. I see you're educating the folks out here in Prince George's County. I see you got the tea here.
I got some tea.
You got some tea, so you want to know the tea in Prince George's County?
I do.
You do, okay.
I'm a mix. I got some honey down here.
You got some honey, all right.
We like a little sweetness.
Well, we got farms we have bee farms in the southern part of Prince George's County.
In the southern part.
Southern part of Prince George's County.
I'm gonna tell you where I went.
Where'd you go?
I went to Miller's Farms.
You went to Miller's Farms, so that's in
I think
District
that's
9.
District 9.
That's right.
And that's why I went, because I know you in District 9. I was like, let me go over there. I also got some pumpkins and stuff for the house. Because
right,
you know, me and my boo, we
right.
like to decorate. It's our time of year,
Yeah,
you know.
it's fall,
so
right.
it is fall.
Right.
So I got some bitter melon here. Also some of the honey from Miller Farms.
Right.
Some mint and some lemon. So I feel we'll toast.
All right.
All right. And again,
To unity.
to unity. The bar brought us together. We'll toast to the bar.
Toast to the bar. And a toast to Prince George's County.
Very refreshing. A little light on that.
Oh, beautiful.
Welcome to Copious Amounts.
And it's a blessing to be here today.
Look at us.
Let's do
Two
another
light-skinned
toast.
brothers out here
Come on,
shining.
man,
You know what I'm saying?
let's do
Another toast. Another
Al
toast.
Green, love and happiness, baby.
Love and happiness. Let's stay together. The Get Out and Vote episode. I got the Honorable Sydney J. Harrison here. Who would have ever thought 8 episodes ago I have someone of your stature right here? I was making pizzas on the first episode, Detroit style.
I
Eating
love
wings,
pizza.
I was dipping them in ranch.
I love pizza.
Do you?
Oh, pizza's great.
Well, you should have told me I'd have made you a pizza.
You know, one thing about, food is it brings people together, It's the fellowship of humanity.
It is the fellowship of
Food is the
humanity.
main ingredient of that when you look at it, right? And so when you look across the world, we start to ask ourselves, why are people hungry in this country?
Right.
Right?
Right.
And so that shouldn't be. And so I guess before we get started, I just wanted to ask you one quick question.
Okay.
What led you down this journey in life where you wanted to be someone that is in the hospitality industry, making a difference and pursuing your God-given gifts that the good Lord gave you?
Well, thank you. I didn't realize I was going to be interviewed on this segment, but I'm here. I'm here for it.
All right.
I'll tell you what got me into the hospitality industry. I was at an end, like a lot of young brothers are sometimes, and they don't know what path they want to take.
Right.
I was studying sign language, but I didn't kind of like where that was going. I had just moved back from Florida. I went to school in Florida, and I couldn't find my path. And one of my boys was like, "Yo, you love to talk. Why don't you just go be a bartender?" And I was like, "Why?" And he's like, "Well, bartenders love to talk." So I went and applied for this bartending job, and I had no experience in bartending. And they were like, "Oh, well, we'll make you a server."
Okay.
Like they do with most people who come in. So I was a server for about 6 months, and I was getting crazy tips, and that's where we met. It was in Greenbelt, in Jaspers, 22 years ago.
That's right.
It was the original Jay-Z video shoot before, digital media.
Yes,
So after that, they put me behind the bar. And in that, not only did it show me what it's like to take care of people, it showed me what it was like to be an artist, because I do make music. I still am an artist, but it was a different kind of art. Art comes in many forms. With me taking on that role, I realized that one, I have, children, and I was a young brother with young kids. I needed money. It was great for me because, sometimes you need those groceries tomorrow, but the paycheck doesn't come till Friday.
That's right.
For me, my paycheck came every day.
Okay.
It was almost like a hustle. I hustled my whole life. I'm still hustling out here,
Absolutely.
It's a grind. So me being in the hospitality industry started there, and I bartended at a bunch of clubs, different restaurants, and once I came here with this company that I'm with, they kind of recognized my talents and said, no, you need to move a little further.
Right.
And so they put me in a management position. And from that management position, now I'm in a director position.
Wow.
Where, I oversee 3 restaurants.
Wow.
I shoot a food show. I make music on the side. So going into the hospitality industry showed me that, hey, it's nothing wrong with a little hustle and hard work, because at the end of that hard work, I get to bring light-skinned brothers like you on the camera, and you know what I'm saying? We get to talk about, good stuff.
I love this guy. He's a good brother right here, making a positive change within all the restaurants that you manage. But not only that, you're providing a pathway for the younger generation to come up, which is so very important.
Yeah.
It's one thing for you to get there, but then are you reaching back to bring other people up?
Yes. So through the Job Corps in PG County, they come to our restaurants.
Okay.
We open our doors to them.
Okay.
And we get them there early in the morning.
Right.
And we walk them through all the restaurants. We show them all the positions. We show them the kitchen. We show them the accounting. We show them the bartender. We show them the server, the guy who runs food, the guy who busts tables. Because I lived in Jacksonville, Florida, going to high school.
Right.
I used to wash dishes in this spot called Woody's Barbecue off Atlantic Avenue. No lies. But that was a stepping stone for me being in high school.
Right.
Then I was delivering pizzas.
Just
Then I
making
worked
it
in a
happen.
nursing home, learning how to serve. Then I came here, tried to take other paths, but it still brought me back to food. I feel like God was like, whatever happens with you,
Right.
I'm going to bring you back to food.
Absolutely.
And so here I am,
Gonna
being
teach me how to cook.
brought back to food. And that's what surprises me.
Yeah,
Is it because you're so busy you don't know how to cook?
I just, you know, I know how to cook. But
I know you know how to cook.
The
basics.
Just the basics. I can get through with the basics. I might every now and again throw a little teriyaki sauce or
Okay.
marinate some chicken or
Okay.
some beef or
What's
something.
your go-to dish?
Well, first of all, I love Italian food.
Okay.
I'm a big Italian food fan. I love Chinese food, Asian fusion.
Okay.
I love Thai food.
I think that's a large population of our
Yeah.
county
Yeah.
really enjoys Italian and Asian cuisine.
And I'll tell you, but during the COVID,
Uh-huh.
you know, during this pandemic, I realized that I had to sharpen up on my skills.
Okay.
Right? So here I am in my mid-40s,
Okay.
and I'm going to learn from one of the best here in Prince George's County.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I can't help myself.
You heard it
right
from the
now.
man himself.
Right? I'm about to be blessed right now, learning how to make all sorts of special things in the kitchen. So, you know, hopefully one day I will have the opportunity to cook for my wife. You know.
Okay, so
but
now,
I gotta find her first.
now you
know?
said that. You done put it out there.
Yeah.
Because you're on copious amounts.
Yeah.
We getting a lot of views.
Yeah. Okay.
Ladies, the Honorable Sydney J. Harrison,
Yes.
teacher, mentor, community, advisor. What I'm gonna do for you tonight is to show you a 3-course meal.
Oh wow.
Something
okay.
that you can take home,
Okay.
and the next time you go on a date and you guys hang out and she, you know,
I have something to cook, right?
she says, hey, I want to come to your house, you know,
Right.
and you say, hey, well, let me cook for you.
Okay.
We're
Can
gonna
I
go
have
through
your
that.
number on speed dial?
No.
No?
You're going to learn right here. You're going to have copious amounts on speed dial. You're going to go
Alright.
back to episode
Alright.
8 and say, oh, let me go back to the Get Out and Vote episode and get out and cook.
Yeah. I look forward to it. I look forward.
So can I call you Sydney?
Yeah, call me Sydney. Call me Sydney.
Because, I mean, your statue's so high now.
No.
You sure?
I'm Sid. I met you 22 years ago.
22 years ago.
And look, as you can see, that friendships are so very important, right? You can't get through life by yourself. You always need someone else to help you out through life. And just the conversations through the years and just the way we've bonded, man, I'm truly grateful because tomorrow's not promised.
It's not.
But we're here today.
We are.
And so we got to make the best of what we got. So the friendships are very important, and I'm truly blessed to really known you all these years, man. I'm truly grateful.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Copious Amounts, episode 8, the Get Out and Vote episode.
Yeah.
Black excellence. We out here shining. Let's
talk
cook some
about
food.
voting. Let's cook some food.
Let's
Talk
cook some
about
food. We'll
voting.
cook some food. We'll talk about voting.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have you kind of run the show if you're cool with that.
No, you know.
I mean, I know you're not used to cooking, but like,
Okay.
I got you.
Oh, you got me. Okay.
All right. So, see that button right there? Let's go ahead and hit that.
Okay,
All right.
all right,
Now,
good.
what we'll do is we'll go here. Now, crank that up to about, let's go 1400. You know what? You here?
We're at 1400.
Let's go 1800. Why
We're
not?
about 1800.
All right. So,
right.
while that's happening,
All right.
we got some fresh ramen. So what I did is, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the Asian market or some international market, which we have a bunch of in Prince George's County, and you're going to get some some dried noodles.
Right.
So these dried noodles come like this, okay? You feel that?
Yeah.
How hard is that?
It's pretty hard.
It is very hard. So
Yeah.
what happens is, even when you cook ramen at home, the packaged ramen that you get, it absorbs water, and that's what makes it spongy and gives it this beautiful texture, all right? So what happens is, if you soak this in cold water, it's like one of the best ramens that you could possibly have. Now, we go out and we get the ramen, and it's a little seasoning packet. You don't know what's in it. None of that. Today we're gonna cook fresh ramen, and this ramen right here cost me, I think $1.99, but it came with 9 pieces. So I still have 6 left over. These are just 3 pieces, okay? And that's how much ramen you're getting for your buck. So instead of getting the convenience of the quick food, get something that, you know, is gonna last a little while. And not only that, is you're teaching yourself and your kids about what a palate is and how we can eat better, especially in our household. So with this ramen right here, I'm gonna ask you to do 2 things. All right, so this is shallots. You familiar with shallots? So we got some shallots, we got some garlic here, okay? And we have my favorite thing here, and this is coconut milk, okay?
Right.
So we got some beautiful coconut milk here, some shallots, some ginger. So just take that and dump it right in there. And because you're here, I bought a wooden spoon, the kind of mama used to have in the house. You know, we're not gonna have no metal spoon today. So just go ahead and start, you know, mixing those up. You can put the ginger in there with it, and some beautiful mushrooms. So what we'll do is, I'll take these out of your way. And while you're mixing that, I'm just gonna start tossing some of those in there, just like that. Now, ask me a question. You wanna ask me a question, so come on, let's go.
Okay, so
I'm supposed to be asking the questions here, but it's your show, Sydney. Like, you go for it.
No, this is your show. This is copious amounts. All right?
All right.
So, as long as I don't start burning.
No, you're not gonna start burning. You'll be all right. I got you, okay? Now we pour a little olive oil in there, just like that. There you go.
So, let me ask you this.
All right.
You talked about your time in the hospitality industry. You talked about, you know, what you found really inspiring while you're on your way up. The
Coconut milk. We're going right in there, just like that, okay? Okay.
And if you had to talk to some young folks out there that are looking for direction in life, looking for some sort of, you know, walk into the culinary arts, what advice would you give them?
I would give them advice of looking into yourself first and asking what your potential is. Because some of us are extroverts, some of us are introverts, but in the hospitality industry, it's room for all of that.
Absolutely.
It's about, everyone thinks the hospitality industry and they think, oh, well, you got to go, you know, say, hey, what's up? How are you? Da, 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 da. But there's accounting jobs, there's engineer jobs, there's tech jobs. There is a lot of things that run a restaurant or a hotel. What's your hotel without the maid service?
Right.
I always say in my business, especially being in restaurants, my most important person is the dishwasher. Because if he don't show up to wash dishes, we're in a jam. Because I need fresh plates, I need everything to be clean. If something happens in the bathroom, he's the guy that goes in and mops it. So he's like my most important part, you know, because I got to make sure he's happy, because, you know, the restaurant has to run, and he's a vital part of making that run. So I would say don't shy away from, you know, if you're don't want to talk to a lot of people, you know, embrace it, embrace what it is. And if you want to be an HVAC guy, you can be the HVAC guy for restaurants, because if a restaurant doesn't have AC in the middle of the summer or heat in the middle of the winter, you're in a jam, you know. So
absolutely,
it's just like any other business. So if I would say, if you want to be a part of something really cool and have a lot of memories and meet a lot of people, the hospitality industry is perfect for you, because I met you 22 years ago, and here we are. And you also get to learn a lot. You learn how to cook, you learn how to make cocktails, you learn how a business runs. I mean, when I started, I learned how to make a Long Island. Now I can walk you through a profit and loss statement from top to bottom, 8 pages long, okay?
But you know what's interesting about the commonality between what I do for a living and what you do for a living is it is service driven.
Yes.
It is people.
Right.
It is the investment into people and understanding that people are your drivers. They're your customers.
For sure.
Right?
Yes.
Just like I have constituents. They have needs that need to be met. Part of public service is making sure that you're serving the people that you represent.
You're doing a great job over there.
All right.
I'm going to add some of this.
Did you hear I'm doing a great job?
I heard it.
You heard that?
Ladies, you hear it? I hope y'all heard it, ladies. He's over here. He's shining. We're going to give you more in the Gold Star. We're going to feed you good tonight, all right? So this is a green curry paste, okay?
Okay.
You can find this as well.
All right.
It's about $2 a can. So now we add coconut milk, 2 cans. It's about $2.
Right.
Ramen, another $2.
Right.
Green curry paste, another $2. Now we got some fresh pineapple.
We're up to $12.
$12. And guess what? We can feed a ton of people
Yeah.
for $12.
That's right.
We'll probably be at about 25.
25 for this.
And 25, if you use all the ramen, you'll feed about 8 people.
Wow.
Okay, so it's not a lot of money.
No.
And you'll have leftovers. So you've got that going on.
Yes.
I pre-cooked this shrimp in the oven.
Okay.
Because we're literally going to add it to this sauce, and we're going to add our ramen to that sauce.
All right.
And then we're going to be out of here, okay?
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you take those shrimp, because I know you love shrimp.
I love shrimp. I love shrimp.
Dump them all in there.
right,
I'm going to come on your right.
All right.
I'm going to take some of this ramen, just like this. And I mean, look at that.
Look at that.
Come on.
Look at that.
Now,
can't
your
beat
middle
that.
name is Jay. Is it because you shoot the J? Like Sydney J?
Hey, man.
Sydney shoot the J Harrison? Or is
I
it?
got a tremendous jump shot.
Do you?
Yeah, man. I got a tremendous jump shot.
You know, I was talking to my boy the other day, and, you know, we were talking about Obama and, you know,
Right.
how he was just a baller. He was literally like that guy. How do you feel about Obama? You miss him?
I tell you, President Obama just really is one of the greatest presidents that our country's ever had.
Okay.
Just seeing his walk and his journey in politics really inspired me as well to seek public office.
Okay.
And you know, part of being about change is change starts within the inside and it works its way out. Change doesn't start from the outside and work its way in.
Okay.
It works from the inside out. And so in order to be about change, one must be willing to change themselves. And so, you know, just looking at my community that I've lived in all my life, the District 9 community, I really wanted to be one of the participants in change in my community and bring about positive change that impacts the lives of people in a positive way.
I love that.
In a positive way.
So this is what we're going to do, all right? Here, take a spoon. I'll take
Sure.
a spoon. You leave that in there. Just go ahead and leave it in there, just like Grandma used to do.
All right.
So let's take a little bit. That's got a nice little sweetness to it, huh?
Oh yeah.
That's not too bad, right?
That's great.
Yeah. All right, so we'll add a little bit of salt in there. Okay. And go ahead and keep stirring that.
All right.
All right. So you talk about change.
Right.
Being in office 2018, now it's 2020.
Right.
Going through 2018, 2019, now
Right.
we're in 2020.
Right.
How do you affect change in our community right now? What is it that you do with everything going on to, you know, give us a change or outlook on, you know, what's happening, especially with the pandemic and everything going on?
Well, first and foremost, we're upon an election season, the general election.
Yes.
When we look at the 2016 general election, we had 46 million Americans that did not come out and vote. 46 million
all right, so wait,
in America.
40. So this is when Trump was elected into office.
At the last presidential election.
Last presidential election, 46 million people did not show up and vote.
That's right, 46 million. And so when you look at that, and then let's go back to 2010, when we had the last census count in Prince George's County. Prince George's County at that time was approximately 860,000 people living in Prince George's County, and we're talking about Prince Georgians, right?
Yeah.
But we were undercounted because not everyone filled out the census in the last census count. And so census plays a very vital role because in the last census count, we lost over $300 million. State of Maryland, Prince George's County lost over $300 million in the last census count because every time someone is counted, that equates into $18,000 worth of federal funding for each person that is counted.
So to put it in layman terms.
So basically those funds that we get, like Prince George's County would have received, that would have gone to help funding education, roads,
so if we would have just filled out our census,
filled out the census,
and mailed it off, we could have better schools.
Or you could do online. Online, yep. And we're at the census count now, and so the state of Maryland has a 70% response rate. The state of Maryland does in the census count. Prince George's County, his numbers are going up, meaning we're at a 69.4%.
That's beautiful.
Census count, but we still got to get those numbers up. We got to get them up. And
I've seen them come around to the house and they'll knock on your door and say, hey, have you done your census? So
that's right.
That makes me feel like you guys are doing your work behind the scenes to say, hey, go, get out there, let's push people, let's knock on their doors, and
absolutely, let's
get this funding because it helps us all in the end. Yes, or
it does. It helps us all. But not only that, when you think about,
I'm going to go ahead and put some of this ramen in here.
Our census count. You also got to remember, my brother Al Green.
No, just go ahead and just mix that around.
I got you.
We don't mix it too much. Okay. Just enough to coat it in some salt. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So, in our last census count, that helps, understand how much population density that you have within a district. So it also goes to who your representative is.
Wow.
As well, because each district, if you got 9 districts in Prince George's County, and you got 860,000 people, every councilmatic district equates to about 100,000 people. That's the way it works. So,
ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Sydney Harrison out here dropping jewels.
So let me just say this. It's so very important that we do our part to go online, fill out your census, go out to www.uscensus.gov.
Okay.
Takes no more than 3 minutes.
Okay.
No more than 3 minutes.
No more than 3 minutes
to fill out.
And what kind of change does that make for the county?
It's make a positive change. It helps out with funding. It gives us an accurate count of our population density.
Okay.
It makes sure that the boundaries and everything else that are within the county, that everything is proportionately equal.
Okay.
All right. And right now, we need all the funding that we can get.
For sure. To
improve the infrastructures that we have in place, from education to public safety, all the way down to investment into family and social services as well. And so all this stuff, roadway infrastructure improvement, bridges, schools, you name it, that's what census helps. And so I would just tell the audience, make sure you fill out your census, because you got to count, okay? We all count. We all matter. Your voice matters. And go out and vote, because voting, when you look at our ancestors, when you look at our family members, our grandmother, our grandfathers, our parents, when you look at individuals that sacrifice so much to give us the opportunity to go out and vote, to help create the change that we want to see within our community. When you're voting not only for the presidential election, but you're also voting for school board races. You're also voting for your congressional candidates, United States Senate candidates. You're also voting for, in the president, your next president will determine, along with the United States Senate, your Supreme Court justices that are serving on the Supreme Court, also your directors of agencies, and so your voting does matter.
You're good to go. You're good to go.
we're good to go. So
You know, I'll tell you this, and I'm not going to be shy to say it.
Yeah.
I knew what the census was. I knew that I had to fill it out.
Yeah.
But in detail of knowing that it could help make my community a better place, and all I have to do is spend 3 minutes of my time.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm super grateful for you bringing that knowledge here, and I think that's why we do copious amounts, because we like to showcase,
Right.
you know, everyone's story and why they do the things that they do. So I started plating because you were on fire.
All right.
I mean, literally on fire. We'll go to food real quick and then we'll get back to some questions.
Yeah.
When I took this pasta out and what you're going to do for your lady, because she's coming to get you.
Future lady, I gotta find her.
After all the jewels you just dropped,
Yeah.
you got a Twitter or Facebook or something?
I'm just Facebook, man.
Just Facebook?
Sydney Harrison on Facebook. That's it.
Sydney Harrison on Facebook,
I'm old
ladies.
school. I'm vintage.
Vintage, please. All right, so
You know, see, with the gray hair, man, you know, that's what happens, man.
it's called distinguished.
I mean, you know, you met me 22
got a
years
couple in
ago.
here.
22 years ago. It was all jet black. You know, what happened?
I mean, I had hair up here 22 years ago.
Al Green.
You know what? But we out here. So when you take your ramen out of here, you saw how to do this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you basically cooked it. All you do is just twist the thing right like this,
Right.
and you just move it when you put it down on the plate, and you'll get some height. You want some height to your dishes? Now we're gonna have a lot of fun, all right? So
and then let's before tell me about preparation.
preparation.
Preparation and the importance of making sure that your plate looks presentable.
Okay, so for any kind of business or anything that you're trying to achieve in life, plan your work.
I'm gonna have some tea.
Please plan your work, work your plan.
Okay.
So we had all of our ingredients ready to go. We knew where we were going to go with it. We had our ramen ready. We had our coconut milk ready. And when you cook, you make sure all your ingredients are on the table.
Right.
Because it's nothing like running to the fridge trying to grab your butter, and you know, next thing you know, you're all over the kitchen trying to cook.
Right.
If you just say, hey, this is what I'm going to cook, let me put everything out here.
Right.
Makes it 1,000% easier for you.
There's no way I can make my plate at home look like that, but you just showed me the trick.
I'm telling you, you can. Here, you're going to do it right now.
Oh,
Here we go. All right.
watch out.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Watch out.
All right, so you can grab these. All right, now I want you to just grab some noodles. All right, now put them right in the middle of that plate, and then as you put them in the middle of that plate, take this hand and twist the plate the opposite way that you're putting the pasta down. Yep, perfect. Now just, yep.
It didn't look right.
See that? That's perfect.
Yeah, but yeah.
Come on, do one more, right on top. Now this time, just go a little slower with it. Take your time with her. You know,
Okay,
and,
here we
you know,
go.
treat her like love, and she'll give you love back. Just like that. Yep, that's perfect. All right, now we'll put a little bit more right on top.
He's dealing with the rookie on the stove.
Hey, you know what?
You know?
You're not gonna be a rookie after we're done today. All right, now right on top, boom, just like that.
Okay.
Perfect. Now what you're gonna do is take your tongs, squeeze it. Beautiful. Awesome. Now, so what I like about this is you already have some plating stuff going on here.
Yeah.
And I'll show you that. You see this?
Yeah.
That's your pineapple, but your shrimp is right there. So we'll just take that pineapple, we'll get her out of there,
Yeah.
and we take this rag. And now what I want you to do is squeeze it one more time, real soft, just like that. Perfect. Now take some of those shrimp, and you see where you got some of your sauce right here?
Yeah.
Let's put a shrimp right there. And don't be scared of it, just put it right there. And then take some more shrimp and just put them around. Make it how you would want to eat the plate.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I got you.
Yes, exactly.
Don't be shy on the creativity.
Don't be shy on the creativity.
I got you.
My boy Gadget, he's behind the scenes. We've been friends for probably the same amount of time, if not longer.
Yeah.
And that's perfect. That's a right amount of shame. He told me something the other day, and it really hit home for me. He said, "Food is a love language.
Yeah.
If you love it, it'll come out. It'll express. Even the bad food
Will come out.
tastes good in a great atmosphere." In restaurants, we like to say, if we put out a B- plate, but the service and the ambiance and everything is so great,
Yeah.
it tastes like an A+ plate, because your brain identifies with two things: ambiance
And how you felt.
and visual.
Yeah.
And so right now, this is a visual plate. So you'll take some of that cilantro, and I just want you to be artistic. You don't have to follow me. You just put a couple leaves wherever you want them, and I promise you, it's gonna look artistic. Okay, and I always like to put one right on top. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Look at that. That's perfect. All right, now we got some micro basil here.
Yep.
So we're just gonna take this and literally just take it and hold it up here and let it fall. Just let it fall, almost like it's snowing outside. Excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Sydney J. Harrison. Hey, look, shorties, take a peek at it. One time.
Yeah.
They're clapping behind the scenes. It's my plate. They don't look too much different. Hey, look, we're gonna cook some more food.
Yeah.
Let's get in here.
Okay.
Tell me what you think. Try one of the shrimp. Try some of the ramen.
We got to say our prayer.
Let's say a prayer. You want to lead us in prayer?
We just got to thank the Lord for what He's done for all of us. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for your light of love, Lord. We ask that you bless the hands that prepared this meal, Lord, that you provide us nourishment of our mind, body, and soul, spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally, and that you provide the resources for those in need all across the world. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen, my brother.
It feels like PG County in here right now. What do you think?
I think it feels like Prince George's County.
The beautiful Prince George's,
Yeah.
the gorgeous Prince George's. Mm-hmm. So I like to get some of that in there, just like that.
That is amazing.
Not so bad, huh?
Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Thai coconut ramen with shrimp, pineapple, cilantro, little micro basil. The Honorable Sydney J. Harrison is here. I'm super, super honored. Don't move. Come right back. We got some rockfish. Beautiful rockfish over here. This is the first course. We're gonna make a second course. And I'll show you how to make some quick dessert.
Absolutely.
And we'll get you back to work because I know you got to get back to work.
I appreciate it.
Don't move. Stay tuned. Right here, Copious Amounts, episode 8. The Get Out and Vote episode. The Get Out and Fill Out Your Census episode.
Yeah.
Don't move. Coming right back. Welcome back. Copious Amounts, episode 8. The Honorable, single, intelligent, fly, distinguished Al Green. How y'all doing? I'm just kidding. Sydney J. Harrison, y'all. He's here. So, brother, you've dropped some like amazing jewels tonight. I can't wait for you to drop some more. We're gonna start our prep for our fish.
All right.
I got some rockfish. This is a local fish out of here in Maryland. I mean, it's just, it's so soft and so smooth.
Right.
It's just such a beautiful fish. You turn that over and you just see all the colors in there, no fat. And so what you're going to do is you're going to go down to the wharf or wherever you can go, and you're going to ask, I want some rockfish. And they're going to look at you. And you're going to pick out a whole fish.
Okay.
You're going to take it to the boys and say, hey, boys, I want it filleted, both sides.
Okay.
No bones.
No bones.
And so this was a whole fish.
Okay.
They filleted it, both sides for me. You take it home, put it in the refrigerator.
Okay.
Before you cook for her, I want you to take it out of the refrigerator about an hour before.
Hour before.
Bring it to room temperature.
Room temperature.
We want nice fish at room temperature before we cook it, okay? So, these are obviously pretty big fillets. We want a portion. We'll go right to the middle and we'll cut our portion. Okay. And we'll cut it diagonally, just like that, okay? That way, we have a beautiful, nice portion of fish. Does that make sense?
Let me cut the other one.
Of course you're gonna cut the other one, all right?
Cut the other
I'm gonna put it over here for you.
All right.
All right, there you go. Now, remember, you wanna go from a diagonal cut and you want it to have some kind of sexiness to it. Does that make sense?
I got you.
So if it's there, exactly, 11 o'clock. Now you gotta press hard into it. There you go. Look, that's a nice piece. And there we have 2 portions. And then what we do is if you have these leftover portions, right?
Right.
What you do is, the tail always looks a little small.
Right.
Just cut that off. And then you have another beautiful portion just like that. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
And then you do the other one the same way. And you say, everyone says, well, what do you do with this little part? Well, this little part will be like your little taste tester.
Okay. Gotcha.
When we cook it, season it, whatever,
Then you
grab it, taste it. Is it done?
Okay.
You'll know if it's done, okay? We won't have to do that today. We got a 700-degree oven behind us.
Oh, yeah.
Fish is gonna cook. So, while I get this fish ready, you're gonna help me with my sauce.
All right.
And the table's gonna turn. I'm gonna ask you some questions.
All right.
All right, so let me wash my hands real quick.
All right.
All right. And just like that, I'm back. Wash my hands that fast. All right, so we're gonna make our sauce for this. Now, in showing you how we're gonna cook all of this, I don't wanna give you too many steps.
Okay.
I want you or anyone watching this to have really, really simple steps, because the only thing we're gonna cook is the fish.
Okay.
Everything else is gonna be done by you and me, and we're gonna make our sauce from scratch.
All right.
And it's gonna be beautiful. So I've got some soy sauce here. We're gonna go ahead and put that whole thing in there.
All right.
It's about half a cup, okay? Beautiful. Also have some celery salt. You're gonna give it 2 pinches, okay? And just sprinkle them on there. Now, when we sprinkle on copious amounts, we come from the top, just like that. Yes. A little bit more. Now, you see when you sprinkle from the top how it spreads out like that?
Yep.
One more sprinkle. All right, now we also have some coriander. All right, LeBron James, here. Let's go, come on. There it is. 1 pinch of that. Beautiful. Now, brown sugar. Brown sugar and soy sauce. Don't worry about it. We're gonna put the whole thing in there. Just go ahead and take the whole thing, dump it right in there. Brown sugar and soy sauce, they go together like nobody's business. Boom. And got some minced garlic. All of it right in there.
Okay.
Beautiful. All right, I want you to smell this. Tell me what it smells like to you.
It smells like bourbon or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Sesame oil.
Sesame oil. Okay. Sesame oil.
I know you don't drink.
No.
I know you don't drink.
It smelled like a bourbon to me. You know?
Welcome to PG County, ladies and gentlemen, where the sesame oil smells like bourbon. It's no surprise though. It's zero surprise. All right, so I got literally maybe like an ounce of sesame oil.
Right.
Go ahead and dump that in there.
All right.
We're gonna take this. This is your whisk. So I want you to take your whisk and just work it all together. All right. Now, while we're working that together, I got a couple questions for you.
All right.
First one is, what got you started in public service? What made you take that path?
Well, it was a holistic approach. So I actually, my background, I came from like a blue collar background.
Okay.
Right out of high school, trying to figure out where I fit in life, and got involved in the trades and ended up doing plumbing for over 14 years.
You were in plumbing for 14 years?
14 years, yeah.
Wow.
And after I finished, I kind of felt like there was something else life had to offer me. So I made a transition into real estate, and was selling real estate for a period of time. And
okay.
Anybody knows who buys a house, when you look at the HUD-1, you start looking at the local taxes and other things and how your local government was funded. And I was fascinated by those numbers and looking at the HUD-1.
Okay.
So I wanted to really look at how real estate impacted government and how that plays a part.
Okay.
So, while I was going on that journey in the summer of that year, I really wanted to do some mission work in Africa to raise awareness for orphans in Africa and a pediatric aid for the fight against AIDS. So I was over in South Africa for 2.5 months. And so I got, when I came back, I was like, look, I want to make a difference in my community. Like I was on fire. I wanted to.
Now let me ask you a question real quick, just because I've never been to Africa.
Yeah.
Doing a service there, I've had a bunch of my friends come back, and they come back completely grounded.
Right.
And you came back and said you wanted to do service for your community. What was it about Africa what was the feeling that you brought back? Was it just something there? Did it feel like home?
First of all, humanity started in Africa.
Okay.
Okay. And there was something about being in the motherland and really being grounded where humanity started. But really, walking in the shanty towns of South Africa, in certain villages and stuff, and really put into perspective of being thankful for family, being thankful for your community, being thankful for the things that you have, the blessings that you have in life. And so it slowed life down for me a little bit to really reprioritize my life and some of the things that I wanted to do. There's no greater thing that you can do in life is by serving others. Putting someone else before your own needs to make a betterment within their lives. And so that looks beautiful.
I'm real quick, just salt, pepper, because we got a lot of stuff going on here and we got some stuff going on there, so I don't want to over season it. Okay. Because we got a lot of flavors.
All right.
Salt, pepper, a little celery salt.
Right.
That's it. Skin side down. Your oven.
Yep.
400 degrees.
400.
In the oven. 11 minutes.
11 minutes.
This is 700 degrees.
700 degrees.
We're gonna go half that time.
Half that time.
So we're gonna have to make some conversation up for a few minutes. If that's all right with you.
That's fine.
All right, cool.
There we go.
Right to the back.
So, I got involved, and so I made my first public run in office back in 2009 and 10 in District 9. District 9 encompasses everything in the southern part of Prince George's County, from the Potomac to the Patuxent. Baden, Accokeek, Aquasco, Cheltenham, Fort Washington, Upper Marlboro, Brandywine, Clinton, and so Accokeek as well. So down 210 as well. And it is the largest landmass in the county at 38%.
I'll ask you this, and I hear this from outsiders, and they like to talk down on my county. Prince George's County is this, Prince George's County is that. But then, I'll post a picture of my house, or my backyard, or where I'm going to play golf at, or where I work. And they're like, where are you? And I'm like, I'm in Prince George's County. And they say, how? How is that possible? Why do we get, such a frown from the outside counties when it comes to Prince George's County?
Well, I'm just going to say this. I love Prince George's County. Prince George's County has reared me, it's raised me, it's rooted me, it's educated me. Every failure and success that I've ever had in life, every victory that I've ever had in life has come from Prince George's County.
And guess what? I've got friends who've got master degrees. They live here. I've got all walks of life that, come to my restaurant and they love being here. That's why I put it there, sir.
Just want to make sure.
Please.
Let me taste it.
All right, go ahead.
Taste test, y'all.
Let's go.
Taste test.
Yes.
That is good.
It's not bad, right?
Woo. That is good.
No spiciness in there yet.
It's not bourbon.
It's not bourbon. So this is what we're going to do. I zested some lime. So you have, pretty sure you got like a grater at home, like a cheese grater.
Right.
If not, you can go buy one. Here, give me that. I got you. You're just going to take your lime, rub it across it. So we're going to take some of this. We've dried it out. Just let it sit. We're going to sprinkle that in there too. So we're going to get some acidity two ways. One, we're going to get it in the sauce. And two, we're going to get it in a garnish. Okay. And I'm also going to take some of these scallions. Okay. And I'm just going to toss just a little bit in there. Okay. So while I toss that in there, you hear it, right? They're back there.
I hear it.
They're hanging out.
That's sizzling.
It's sizzling, yes. Yeah. So do me a favor, go ahead and start whisking that a little bit more.
So,
and back to what you were saying. I'm sorry, sir.
So I got involved, and I lost my first election in District 9. But I never gave up. I kept on, believing in myself and what my offering was to the community. I believed that I could make a positive difference in the community. and I had a great amount of respect for the individuals that were our leaders in the community. And so what I tried to do is, when the next election cycle came up, I ran countywide at that time.
Okay.
And I ended up winning that election in 2014 for the clerk of the circuit court for Prince George's County. Now, I'm going to trip you out on this one.
All right.
I'm going to trip you out.
Talk to me.
So I ended up being the clerk of the court in the same courthouse that I was adopted.
Okay, so wait, time out. Let's backtrack. You were adopted.
I was adopted.
Okay, so now...
First I was adopted at 4 years old. First 4 years of my life, I was in the pre-adoptive foster care program.
So earlier, when I introduced you and I was talking about you, I got a little emotional.
Right.
And I don't know if it'll reflect on camera. I really don't care, because inside, when I saw what you're doing for domestic violence and then for foster care, I have kids. I can't imagine what that process would be like. And now you're telling me this.
Right.
Is that what ties you into the foster care program?
Absolutely. So it's a really, a lot of the success that I've accomplished in my life, I owe it to others, because it's the investment of what others did in my life and given me the opportunity to succeed. So their journey, their story is a part of my story and my journey. And so I try to work within those areas that have greatly impacted my life. And in doing so, I was the clerk of the court for 4 years, the same courthouse I was adopted in, which is truly a blessing.
I mean, it came full circle for you.
Full circle. And my parents that adopted me, they've been married for 50 years.
Yeah.
50 plus years. And what was interesting about that, I was the...
That's perfect.
That's perfect, man?
Yeah, I'll take that.
What's interesting about that is that my name went on individuals' adoption court orders.
Okay.
And marriage licenses. So when I was the clerk of the court, it was my signature on those official documents.
So not only are you there starting as a young kid, here you are, a grown man, doing a service, being able to sign your name, and making sure these kids get homes.
Right. And not only that, now I'm serving in the same community that raised me as their councilman. So it's really come full circle.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is extremely touching right now to hear this. I'm not even laughing. Like, this is a different Copious Amounts episode. We like to come in, have fun, talk a little bit of stuff, but this is eye-opening. I think it's amazing, not just for our people, but for people to see in general how a kid being adopted, foster home, doesn't give up, keeps fighting, finds a family, goes to Africa, does mission work, helps mothers, domestic abuse, and then to go back to your community where it all started and say, hey, I'm just going to go back and give. You are saluted, honored, respected, and thank you for your work, because
I appreciate you.
I hope it's some kids out there, pick your head up, hold it high, because you never know the plan that God has got laid out for you.
Right.
And this is the first time we've prayed on camera at Copious Amounts. We've prayed behind the scenes before, but we've never prayed on camera. And to say a prayer with you and to hear your knowledge and your wisdom, I'm truly honored to have you and to be your friend for 22 years. Like, I
appreciate you.
That's a blessing.
I appreciate you. And you know what? I'll just say this, my brother. I'm never going to forget this moment, because now when I meet the future missus,
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna know how to cook.
Oh.
And my brother Al Green is teaching me how to cook. And I can sing my Al Green song. I'm so tired of being alone. So tired.
Come on. Won't you help me, girl?
As soon
As you can. As soon as you can, you better, ladies, you better come get them. I'm telling you. They're going to be lined up down the block. They're going to be coming in here. Al Green, you seen Sydney? I'll be like, I ain't seen him, girl. I don't know. He probably out feeding some kids or something. I don't know. But you know, I saw him. He said he was looking for somebody. All right, so we're going to check on this fish, okay? All right, and as you can see, if you come up closer,
Wow.
oh, look at that.
It's beautiful.
Now, come here. I want you to just press it. Feel that texture?
Oh, yeah.
That's the texture you want.
Oh,
See
yeah.
how it bounces back on you?
Yeah.
That's what you want. That's what you want in your fish.
Back.
Bounce back like you did.
All right, bounce back. That's what we all got to bounce back.
All right, now. Okay, so we got this rockfish here.
I do have one question for you, Al Green.
Oh, here we go.
We were just singing, right?
Uh-huh.
So when you're doing your cooking thing, we're in the DMV area, right?
Yeah.
So what is it that, what gets you in your zone? Like,
What gets me in my zone?
What kind of music do you listen to that gets you in your zone while you cooking?
Jamaican vibrations.
Really? Okay.
It's my upbringing. My cousin was on here, DJ Alizé. He's one of the legendary DJs here.
Right.
He's been on 93.9 worldwide.
Right.
And every summer we stayed with my uncle, me, him, and one of my other cousins.
Right.
And so our grandmother was Jamaican, so she just cooked for us all summer long. So I think it's the tie of that, hearing the music, being in love with Jamaica. I've been a few times. It's just one of those things where when I hear, you know, reggae.
Favorite Bob Marley song?
Redemption song.
Redemption song.
1000%. I mean, I've cried myself to sleep some nights listening to Redemption song, trying to make sure I could push on and move forward. So
that song has gotten you through some really tough times.
Really tough times. And I'll tell you this, what is the most marketed artist to date? You can name anybody you want, Michael Jackson, whoever you want. Bob Marley.
Bob Marley.
Trumps them all. Someone's got a Bob Marley ashtray, t-shirt, hat, something. He bought such a presence of love on record, and that love just identifies with the world. So when I cook, I want that kind of love inside of me, so I can hopefully put that on the plate and other people can recognize it.
Wow. That's deep. That's deep. But
It's the truth.
I tell you, food and music. You see how it can get you through
Some great times.
You know,
And some tough times.
I tell you what gets me through in my zone. Like, when
Is
I'm
it
trying-
Wu-Tang?
No.
I'm joking.
When I'm trying to get some motivation, it's not
Yeah.
the Wu-Tang, but you know, I am from Prince George's County.
Okay.
And so
Say it.
I love my Rare Essence.
Okay.
I love my Chuck Brown, EU Certified Funk, Hot Cold Sweat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Progression brand, you know, that's way back in the day.
So let me tell you this. We usually don't announce guests
Yeah.
who are coming for the next episode. This episode 8. If everything works out, we got a special guest from Rare Essence
Rare Essence?
coming next week for the episode.
That is awesome.
So I got my fingers crossed. You prayed for us tonight. You know who you are. Hopefully you come through the copious
Rare
amounts.
Come through,
You heard
come
it.
through.
You heard it from the
Come through.
honorable.
We got the baddest band, the wickedest band alive. You know?
Okay.
Wickedest band alive. Come on, Al Green. I know you know how to say that, right?
Come on. All right, you ready? We're going to have some fun. All right, so we're going to start plating our food. And this is what's really fun about this is because now you're going to do this all on your own and you're going to follow my instruction and we're going to get you a nice, beautiful Rare Essence honey or, you know, PG County honey or maybe Montgomery, whatever. We're going to get you somebody.
Well, I tell you what's most important is that I'm able to follow the instructions that my instructor right here, Al Green, is presenting before me because, you know, I don't want to get an F on this, man. I don't want to fail you on this.
Hey,
okay?
this episode has been about a lot of love. a lot of knowledge. And we're going to take that knowledge, we're going to put it on a plate.
All right.
It's our ingredients.
All ingredients.
This is the ingredients of what we do.
All right.
All right. We're just transferring it to the plate. Okay, so real quick, it says chili garlic sauce. I'm going to shout them out just because I don't know what y'all did in this little bottle, but it is special, special, special to me and mine. If you go in the store, you're going to find it.
I see it all the time.
You see it. So I took that and just added a little bit of olive oil to it. So go ahead and stir that up just like that. And what I want you to do is I want you to pick up some, just like this. Okay?
You did it.
It's okay. Take your time. You're good. That's perfect. Now I'm going to start on this side of my plate. You start on that side. And I want you to just put the brush all the way down. Stand it up. Now that it's stood up, I just wanted you to take it and just rub it across just like that. All the way across. Boom. Now you're plating. All right, that's it. Put it back in. We're good to go. All right, so we got our fish here. Okay? You're actually going to plate both of our plates, all right? I want you to take this fish right here.
All right.
I got this one and this one. I want you to take it. Here you go. I want you to put it right in the middle. If you can center it as much as possible, you do that. There you go. Now just lift up. It'll slide right off. Beautiful. Same thing with this one on your plate. Awesome. Okay. All right, it's a little hot. Let me get this out of here.
Rockfish.
Rockfish. Maryland's own.
Maryland's own.
Maryland's own rockfish. Okay. I got you, brother.
Okay.
Yep. Now, this is where it's going to get a lot of fun. All right, so this red cabbage. Cut it in half, okay? I didn't do anything special to this cabbage.
Okay.
Cut it in half. All you do, carve down it. You get these little pieces, take them, cut them in half. Get rice wine vinegar, okay? Once you get your rice wine vinegar, put it in this cabbage.
Okay.
You see how it looks?
Yes.
Now, what's beautiful about this is now we have some of that beautiful juice right there. So we're going to tilt that, and that's our vinegar. It's going to be our acidity, okay? And I'm just going to take this, pour it right on top. You see that color? Gorgeous. You can do the same thing. Right on top. Just like that.
Al, let me ask you a question.
Come on.
So, are you familiar with what the role of a council member is? Roles and responsibilities?
Talk to me about it.
Okay, so...
Well, hold on.
Okay.
We got some time.
Okay.
We still got the third course.
Third.
Let's get into the roles and responsibilities in the third course, and we'll finish
But
this.
you're teaching me the roles and responsibility of preparation for rockfish.
All right, so now we're going to take some of this cabbage, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to put it right on top of here. Now, you see how I'm pretty delicate about it?
Yeah.
Hold it together and see if you can get it to stand up just like that. That's perfect. Not a lot. That's perfect. Now just hold it together as tight as you can and don't let it go to the last second. Put it right on top of that fish. Hold it tight, put it down, just like that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Look at that. All right, now, what we're gonna do, these are some of our chives.
With plumber's hands.
The plumber's hands.
Plumber's hands. All right, so you're just gonna,
wash my hands.
you're gonna grab another
I
little,
sanitize my hands too.
you're gonna grab another grab of this. All right. Now, what you want to get in here, right there, where it's nice and green.
Oh, nice
there
and
you go,
green.
because we
All right.
went from the outside in.
I'm
All
just
right,
doing-
we're gonna do the same thing, but when it falls, it's okay to fall. Just let it fall, but let it fall lightly, just like that. And boom, let it go. I love it. So I've got some lemon zest and some orange zest. I told you how to do that zest earlier, right?
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little bit of orange zest right on top, and you're gonna just sprinkle a little bit. The same thing with the lemon, okay? And there's some lemon right there. And I mean, your plate is coming together. I mean, last but not least, this is where it gets so much fun. This is our sauce, right? So we're gonna get the thicker part of it right there, okay? and then we're just gonna spread it right around everything, okay?
Sure.
I got you. And then you just wanna get it right on top of that fish. That way when we get in there, we got some of that beautiful sauce on top of our fish. You're welcome, sir. And don't be scared, just anything white you see, you wanna make brown. Awesome. And I would come like right there, maybe right there on the edges. If it's okay if it falls on the plate, that's perfect. I love it. Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Another love TKO.
Think you better let it go.
That was Teddy P.
Teddy P, the one and only. All right, so when you're done, okay, now you're gonna take future Mrs. Harrison, her plate. You're gonna take a nice cloth and you're just gonna wipe around all those little sides that have like just extra stuff. This kind of stuff I like. It kind of gives it character. That's art. That's your art. Same way I have like a little dot right here.
Let me show the future
Come on.
Mrs. Wherever she is.
Come on.
Look at this.
Yes.
Look at that. See, I got some skills now.
Is that hard to do?
Nah, I'm good.
I think we're good.
Love it.
All right. So, I mean, none of it matters if it don't taste good. So, what I would say is I would go from the top and get right in there, because then you're going to get your sauce, your pickled cabbage, your little bit of hot sauce at the bottom, and most importantly, the fish. You just start in there, go to the bottom, get your nice little piece. There you go.
You got me beat.
Freshness,
Good.
really good for you. We don't have any starch on this plate. Our radish is going to serve like that rice or that potatoes that we're missing. And we're going to eat this whole piece of fish. Oh, we're not going to eat all of it. Maybe off camera we'll eat all of it. But yeah, beautiful piece of fish, a few sauces, a lot of flavor. Now, I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
Because when you got here, I sent you the menu. I said, you eat fish? You said, I really don't eat fish. Then I asked you, do you eat curry? You said, no, I don't eat curry. But you have that plate, and now you're eating all this beautiful fish. How do you genuinely feel about this fish? Have I turned you? Could you see yourself?
Well, you made me a believer. You made me a believer, my brother. But I've always believed in you.
I've always believed in you.
Appreciate you.
We're coming right back. We got tea out here. We're spilling the tea. PG County. We're here. Don't move. We're making dessert next. It's going to be so much fun. Last course, Copious Amounts, episode 8. Get out and vote episode. Coming right back.
Welcome back to Copious Amounts, family. We are on episode 8. We're on number 8, okay? And let me tell you what 8 stands for. 8 stands for the sign of new beginnings.
New beginnings, infinity.
That's right.
And beyond.
Episode 8.
Episode 8.
And you got me on episode 8, and I'm sitting here thinking about, wow, I cooked rockfish tonight. Mm-hmm. I had a little ramen noodle and shrimp.
Look, when you tell them you had the ramen, be like, don't say I had a ramen noodle. Say, we made a Thai coconut curry with ramen noodle.
From Chef Green. There we go.
Come on now.
Chef Green. I'm a rookie at this, but I think I did well. Did I pass my first cooking class?
Let me tell you something. Your plate presentation,
yeah,
A+.
A+?
A+.
I tell you. The reason why I was an A+ is because the teacher was A+.
You know what? I was inspired when we had the conversation, and you said you were going to come here.
That's right.
And you told me, oh, well, I don't eat this, da, da, da. I was like, we're going to make him a believer tonight.
I'm a believer.
So, now, Sydney Harrison.
Right.
You've cooked 2 dishes for the future Miss Harrison.
Right.
It's dessert time.
My favorite dish.
And you don't want to spend a lot of time because things might escalate.
Right.
Maybe y'all want to slow dance.
Sing some karaoke.
Maybe some Al Green.
Al Green, Love and Happiness.
No, we're past love and happiness.
We are.
Let's stay together.
Let's stay together.
We at Teddy P right now.
Oh, we might go to Teddy Pendergrass.
I am so in love with you.
Okay, so you know what these are.
Yeah, Oreo cookies.
Who doesn't love Oreo cookies?
I love Oreo cookies.
Okay, so I made us put gloves on because we're gonna get a little messy.
Okay.
All right, so what we're gonna do is I got my 2 Oreos. You go ahead and grab 2.
I got 2 Oreos myself.
All right.
1, 2.
Pick the good ones. There you go. And we're just gonna drop them in there, just like that. All right. While we're dropping these in there, we'll do a few things. And it's gonna take not too much time, but a little bit of time.
Right.
Some muddler. You make drinks with it, but for you, we're gonna crush Oreos with it. I want to ask you another question because we're here.
Right.
Your duties as a council member.
Right.
What do they include? I know people see, you know, oh, he's this and he's that. I brought you here, and I'm like, oh, well, this is what you do. But your everyday duties, you wake up, you know, you're Monday through Friday. I mean, I work pretty much every day. My phone rings because I have so many staff and people that are calling me. What's your day like? And while you talk about that, we're going to take this and we're just going to crush them.
First, let's crush these Oreos.
Yeah, and go ahead and talk about it.
Okay.
All right.
So, my days are very, very, very...
and if you stick it down there and just twist like that, you're good to go.
So my days as a council member, honestly, first and foremost, it's one of the greatest honors of my life.
Put one more in there.
To be serving the community that reared me, raised me, educated me, rooted me, and gave me a chance to succeed in life. And so as being the council member for District 9, I have 10 other colleagues. We have 2 at-large members.
Okay.
And then we have 9 district members.
Okay.
Okay. And the at-large members serve the county at large.
Okay.
All right.
So
and then,
you drop that. You're good with that.
I drop that.
Grab a big piece of ice cream. I mean, literally, just stick your fingers in there. Don't be scared of it. We got gloves on, and just boom, just yeah, exactly. So all those council members.
So I represent District 9. There's 9 districts in Prince George's County. So I represent District 9.
Okay.
And we're charged with,
press it down.
We are the legislative body for the
That's
county.
good.
We got a little bit.
You want some more?
Yeah, I'm gonna put some little bit more. Okay.
That's fine.
Can we double decker it?
We can double decker.
No, don't worry about it. Don't.
No, go for it.
No.
This is your here. I'm gonna take these out of here.
Okay.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but you know you double decker it. Do what you want to do. Go for it.
All right. So, there we go.
Okay, perfect. We'll put those on top. All right.
I see you say we're gonna get messy. We got messy here, man.
Well, I'm telling you, we're not done. All right, so
we're not done.
More Oreos on top, and you got the right idea.
All right. And so we are the legislative body for the county. We deal with land use and zoning, public policy, and administration, and we also deal with, we serve as the Board of Health for the county. We help create the healthcare master plan over the next 10 years, which is the RAM report for the county.
Okay.
And so...
And the RAM report, exactly what is that?
It basically deals with the health policy of the county.
The health policy?
Yep.
Okay.
And what our focus areas are and what we need to work on and where we need to work on making sure that we get access to quality health care in the county.
I love that. That's perfect right there. Another question for you.
Right.
And it's, I think, not my most important question, but it's a question that I really, really want to ask. What's the most rewarding part of your job?
Serving people.
Serving people.
Because you must love what you do.
Yeah.
You got to have passion in what you're doing. So, like, this is a way of life for you. Cooking, food, hospitality is a way of life for you. It's not a job.
Right.
It's a way of life.
It is.
So you got to have purpose and passion within that. And so serving the people of District 9 is one of the greatest honors of my life. I love it. You know, just trying to make a difference in the community. And leadership, you know, is really about love. When you focus on what's important what is going to set us free is going to be the foundation of love. And so you got to have a heart for service. You got to be able to understand what people are going through, and you got to understand what the heartbeat of the community is, and be very much so empathetic, and also understanding what is needed. So leadership is also about innovation.
I love it. I love it. I love that as much as I love these. Reese's Pieces.
Yeah.
Just grab some.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay. We're just gonna dump these right on top, just like that. Okay.
What movie did Reese's Pieces make their introduction pretty much to?
I don't know if this is the right answer. I know where you're going with this.
The world, but you tell me.
I mean, E.T. for me.
E.T. for me.
When I saw the Reese's Pieces, I could almost taste them.
Yes.
I was like, Al Green, phone home to some Reese's Pieces.
I know that's right.
Put some more in here.
All right, put some more.
I mean,
all right.
It's, you know what? Yes, it's a lot of sugar, but you know, we work hard, and I'm always a believer of eat healthy, do right things, and then at the end of the day, enjoy your life.
That's
because, you know, if you eat carrots every day, you'll never experience how you experienced the fish tonight or the ramen tonight. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a thing. So enjoy.
Let me ask you a question, Al Green, because we got this beautiful. I'm ready to eat this dessert.
I know.
I mean, this is very.
We're not done.
I know we're not done, but I just got to ask you this, because you were asking me some questions. I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
What advice would you give to our young people out here? Because I see you as a leader, as a positive role model, making a great impact in the county. And just with this show, and just teaching people like me how to cook. That's honestly, you know, me and you've been friends all these years, but I saw one of your episodes where you were making scallops.
Yes.
And I'm like, wow, that looks great.
Yeah.
And so I said, oh man, I got to go see Al. And then here we are today, and we got Reese's.
We got Reese's and Oreos.
We had shrimp. You know, we had ramen noodles.
Right.
I mean, so I would say this. What advice would you give to the younger folk? Why you do what you do, and how can they get involved as well into this type of industry?
I would say one, be one with yourself.
Right.
I think I said that earlier, but I'll say it again. You have to be one with yourself. You have to understand who you are. You have to understand that growth is a process.
Right.
I started with my company 8 years ago as a bartender.
Right.
And I worked my way up to managing director. And it was nothing short of me putting out hard work. I'll say this, and I'll say this loud and clear. It is nothing wrong with hard work.
Right.
It is nothing wrong with grinding. And I think a lot of them understand the grind word, but the grind process is waking up and doing it every day.
How many burns you got over the years from this?
A ton. I got burns on my fingers right now. I mean, literally, my chef had to go to the hospital on Saturday, which meant I had to fill in. And guess what? I touched something that was too hot and I burned myself. But we know what I was worried about? Am I going to be okay for copious amounts?
You know, and I'm going to say this. We made these great looking dishes. You know, we talk about preparation.
Right.
But no one ever understands what it takes to get to that preparation
For
to
sure.
make that dish look the way it looks.
For sure.
They don't know the story behind it.
Right.
And so, like you said, the burns, the scratches, the countless nights.
It's blood, sweat, and tears. I mean, every night, and my fiance's here, she'll tell you, the night before.
Let me just say congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
The night before copious amounts, I don't sleep. I get very little sleep because one, I'm excited about it. Two, I'm trying to work everything out in my head.
Right.
This is a brand new process for me. I love to cook.
Right.
And Gadget had the brilliant idea of saying, hey, let's put it on film.
Right.
Let's show the people.
Right.
And I was like, okay, but how can I do it? How can I, show what I do? Because all in all, I am not a chef.
Right.
I did not go to culinary school.
Right.
I learned the hard way. I learned from showing up at work every day, from talking to chefs and learning recipes and learning how to write them. And, you know, everything that you learn in 6 months in culinary school is awesome. But once you learn that, if you don't have the passion to take that and put, you know, your ego aside and understand that someone like me or someone like you is going to say, hey, I know that you're eager to do these things, but it is a process. We all work our way up the ladder.
Let me ask you one quick question after that.
Yeah.
So here we are, copious amounts.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You're a grown man. You come through the struggle. You're here. I mean, it's just amazing what you can do. But how many times did someone tell you you were going to be a failure and you weren't going to make it in the restaurant industry? And now look at you.
I'll say this. I was passed up on a lot of opportunities. It came to a point where I took an opportunity that I knew wasn't right for me. But I knew taking that opportunity would open some eyes. Sometimes you have to take a risk on yourself. And taking that risk on yourself is a very hard thing to do because maybe they don't bite the bait. Maybe you go because you want to learn more. In this industry, don't be scared to jump out. If you look at any of the top chefs, any of the top servers, anyone who's been in the hospitality industry, it's a very little chance that they've been in one restaurant their entire career.
Right.
It's a very little chance that you've been in District 9 your entire career. You were building a brand for yourself. I wasn't necessarily building a brand for myself, even though I might have been subconsciously. Consciously, I was just trying to work hard. I wanted people to know my worth. I wanted them to know that I'm a hard worker. The only way that people will recognize who you are and what you do is not by your words, but it's by your actions.
Absolutely.
And your actions do speak louder than words, because when it's time to get it done, I like to call on the person that's gonna get it done.
That's right.
And I understand that when people say, hey, Al, we need to get this done, they call on me not knowing that, knowing that Al's gonna go get it done. And I like to, you know, hold myself accountable to a certain stature, because I've worked to that. I've learned from that, and I've learned from so many people. Don't let your people down. Don't let your people down, because in the end of the day, you might let yourself down.
And let me just say this, brother, you inspire me. Right?
Thank you. Thank you.
Right? Every great leader is inspired by others.
For sure.
Right? I should be able to see myself in you, and you should be able to see yourself in me.
For sure.
We're walking reflections of one another.
For sure.
Right? And as long as we tell each other's story and we learn from each other, we will be great. We'll be better served because we gave each other the opportunity to learn.
To learn from each other.
And grow, right? And so when you talk about unity, when you talk about just even believing in yourself, I would just say to all the young people out there, invest in yourself. Never give up. Times are going to get hard. Times will be rough. But if you believe in yourself, you know, and you make that investment into you, then great things can happen. But if you give up on yourself, you're giving up on your dreams, and you're giving up on others who believe in you. And let me just tell you about the purpose of a dream. A dream is only accomplished by the help of others, because your dream should include everybody. It should include everyone.
Yes.
My dream should include you.
Right.
My dream should include others.
Right.
Because when you include everyone, then everyone is a part of the actual reality of the
I love
dreams
that,
coming
because
true.
that's exactly what Copious Amounts is. I know you guys like see me on camera. You don't see Gadget. He's there.
Yeah.
Sean Bourne is there.
Right.
KG's there. Taria's there.
Right.
Me Too had to go because.
Right.
But you know, when him and I did episode 1
Right.
months ago, it was him and I, and you know,
Right.
my fiance. Then episode 2,
Right.
we had someone else trickle along.
Right.
Embrace those people that want to be a part of something that you're doing, because they will help you.
Right.
I've watched them have meetings about this,
Right.
and I was like, wow, like look what's come to fruition for me. as much as we would love to do it on our own, you can't. You need a team.
Right.
And it takes a leader
Takes
to
a
build a
village.
team. And it takes a village to raise a child. So
Let me just say this real fast. I know it's whipped cream time.
it is whipped cream
but
time.
It's also another important plug-in right now, my friend. November, the election is coming up.
Yes.
Voting.
Voting.
Voting, voting, voting.
It's so important
It's
this year.
so important.
It's important every year.
It's important every year. And so if you want to see the change in the community, then it starts with you going out to vote. Okay? You must fill out your census and you must vote. Okay? Census and voting. Census and voting. Now let me just say this. In the beauty of our democracy, we all get to be participants in it. Okay? And so I would say, because of that, this upcoming November, make sure you mail in your ballot or you go vote. But by all means, make sure you vote.
You heard it here. Hey, what a great way to end this. It's such an honor having you here. If you're just tuning in, we crush some Oreos down there. We put some ice cream on top, more Oreos, crush them, more ice cream on top. We got Reese's Pieces. This is just a super fun thing to do.
Yeah.
For everyone thinks, oh, I got to make a dessert, I got to go bake a cake. No, you can take some ice cream and some candy. Just make life fun.
Yeah.
That's what life is. It's
That's
a lot of fun. And this is going to be something super easy for you to do after the 2 dishes that you have to cook for the future Miss Harrison.
I'm claiming it.
Come on.
I'm claiming it.
Come get them. Come get them.
I'm claiming it. I'm putting it out there in the atmosphere.
All right, so he's ready. He is ready. So, this is awesome. Look, whipped cream, we're gonna go all the way to the top. We'll start on the side of the glass and just keep going around the sides like that. And then you'll get this beautiful tower that's gonna stand up just like that. You ready?
It's fabulous. Let
All
me
right,
see
come
if
on. I know you got it. Just keep on the outside of it. There you go. Yes. Keep on the outside. On the outside. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, right there in the middle. Boom. All right. We're not done yet. Hold on. We're not
done yet?
No.
We're not done yet.
All right. Look.
Uh-oh.
So, what is dessert without Hershey syrup? The problem with the whipped cream is sometimes it leans a little bit. So all you gotta do is just put it right back up.
That's right.
Should be all right. And if you don't like the way it looks on camera, turn it around. Nobody will see it.
I got you.
And then you just take this, and you want it to run down the glass. You want it to be messy. You want it to be beautiful. And while you do that, I'm gonna take some of these Reese's, put them right on top right here.
Okay.
This is not a milkshake. This is the dessert. This is, yes, perfect. Ladies, he's ready. Reese's Pieces on top.
I was a little generous on the Hershey syrup. I was a little generous. I wasn't modest.
Hey, look. Just go for it. It doesn't even matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
Just sprinkle them on.
sprinkle
I
them
got a
on.
spoon here for you.
Hold
Put
on.
some more on mine. Hell with it. There we go. All right,
let's
look,
get down.
Look, see, look at this. It's falling. It's beautiful. Let's get in there. Let's get a little bit of all of this. Come on. The more you get down in there, and when you have a future Miss Harrison, this is gonna be so much fun because you're gonna make one. You guys gonna feed each other.
Yeah.
You're gonna throw a Reese's Pieces at her.
Yeah.
She's gonna get mad, but she's gonna be like, it's okay because dinner was awesome. And you say, you know what? That's because my boy Al Green hooked me up. Look at me. I'm mad.
Let me just say this.
Look at this.
What happens if she doesn't like Reese's? Can we use M&Ms?
Under one condition: peanut M&Ms.
Peanut M&Ms.
That's the only condition.
Peanut M&Ms.
And then what you do is take them, put them in a little sandwich bag, smash them up.
Right.
Then you got like beautiful garnish on top. Does that make sense?
I got it. I got it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Well-
episode 8, Copious Amounts, the Honorable Sydney J. Harrison here. Any outgoing words for the
Yes,
people?
first of all, I want to thank Mr. Love and Happiness, Al Green, and I want to be able to congratulate him and his beautiful fiance
Thank you.
on the upcoming wedding. And I wish you both many years of happiness, love, and most importantly, unity.
Thank
That
you.
you operate as one body, as one unit, equally yoked. And I believe, Mr. Al Green, as long as you're cooking like that and making these dishes, you're always going to put a smile on her face.
Well, at
Right?
the end of the day,
You know?
it's my best trait.
Yeah, I know, right? And smile, smile. I mean, look at that. She's smiling at you right now. But I will say this to everyone that is watching. I wish you and your family a happy holiday season.
Yes.
I wish that you have a prosperous, health and safe holiday season.
Keep talking.
And a happy new year.
Amen.
And remember to make sure that you go out and you vote and you do your census. God bless you all.
Copious Amounts, episode 8. Thank you guys.